what brought you to Seattle this week?
We performed Monday night at the Showbox down by Safeco, and I got a chance to throw out the first pitch at the Mariners game beforehand, and it was a great time. I kind of grew up and really got enamored with rock by listening to kind of the grunge movement coming out of Seattle with like Soundgarden and Alice in Chains and Pearl Jam and stuff like that. And so to finally get out, this way and to be able to play a show was a pretty cool thrill. I mean, obviously I know the Space Needles here and stuff like that, but I wanted to try to find kind of indigenous little things about Seattle, and so walked down to I don't remember the name of it, but the like a river market.
Oh yeah, Pike Place.
Yeah, Pike Place. Walked down there and then found a nice whiskey bar on 2nd Street and kind of hovered around that area and just found like some nice restaurants and stuff. And then we went to a nightclub, like a music club, and it was closed. Crocodile. Yeah. Went there and they weren't open. So.
Oh, that's too bad. That is a place where a lot of those Seattle bands came up and in town here.
Actually, my first single, "Light On," was written by Chris Cornell and Brian Howe. I haven't had a chance to meet him yet, but I probably owe him a huge thank you for that song, because it did really well for us and it's done really well for us. So, but past that, no, not really. I'm trying to think, but I don't think I've gotten a chance to meet really anybody. We've been kind of busy in our own right out on the road. So we actually this evening are heading off to Casper, Wyoming. We have a show there tomorrow night, and after that, don't ask because I don't know yet. Okay. I think more than anything, we filmed our show in Seattle, and the reasons for doing that: one, we needed to film the show for posterity's sake, and two, I just had this gut feeling that we were going to have a great vibe at that show, and really the crowd didn't disappoint. We had a fantastic turnout, and I can't say thanks enough for everybody for just putting what they did into that show. I mean, they definitely made it what it was. So.
After tonight, where are you headed off to then? Like anywhere in town? Not that we're gonna follow you.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of just go wherever the day's gonna take me. So, could end up at a McDonald's. I could end up at a nice club somewhere. Who knows?
That's great.
Cool.
Okay.
Enough said. Thank you all for being here. Thanks to Pack Island Grill for all the great food. Wasn't that great? Thanks to Car Choice for putting this on. I'm thanking Star 101.5, and most importantly, thank you, David Cook, for coming to Seattle. David Cook, everyone.
The most important thing I've learned about myself, really, I think, growing up in Kansas City, Seattle, but, growing up in the Kansas City area, I spent pretty much my entire, adolescent life trying to get out of Kansas City, and, finally, Neil here and my other guitar player, Andy, they were in a band called MWK down in Tulsa. They were like, you should come move down here and be in the band. And I was like, yeah. So I moved down to Tulsa. The second I moved down there, I was like, oh God, I'm on my own now. I have to pay rent and bills. Crap. And literally, I've been spending the rest of my life trying to get, back home. And so yeah, I think the most important thing I've learned is that there's something good about being in a familiar place for a minute. I grew up loving to travel and being in different places all the time, and now it's like I'm in a different place every day, which is great. But I would also like to maybe wake up in the same bed for 2 days in a row, just once, just to see how that feels. We were in Washington D.C. and we had a night off, and so we were like, okay, let's go out. Let's go to we're all of age, so let's go to a bar. And so we go to this. It was loosely called a bar. It was more like a nightclub where they were playing this for 5 hours. Nothing will give you a migraine quicker than that. And this guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, my friend's over here having a debate. Are you from TV?" And I was like, "Yeah." "What's your name?" "David." "Okay, cool." And he walks off. And then 10 minutes later, one of his friends, it was intoxicated girl comes up and she goes, "I know you. You're that David guy from TV." And immediately I'm like, all right, those are the 2 facts that I gave that guy. So I'm like, all right, what's my last name? She's like just cocksure. She's like, Archuleta. I was like, thanks for playing, have a good night, you know? And, so there's that way, which is funny. When you like send a friend up, sometimes when we're walking like down the street or something, you'll see somebody, and it's weird. Like my peripheral vision has become 20/20 because of this gig. But you'll see people kind of like. And then like they'll walk by and they'll be like, you'll hear that, and that's like a dead giveaway. It's like we need to walk a little faster like right now. Neil, say something.
Say something, Neil. Say something.
What do you want to talk about?
That's good. That's enough. That's good. David Cook.